Hey guys, it's Kim here with Barely Fiber Fun. Thanks for joining me on another carding video. Today we are carding up some Shetland from Sadie's Spincraft in the UK and soft silk from Kamaj Fiber Arts and dyed bamboo from I don't remember where. I've gotten dyed bamboo from a few different places. Anyways, I got this fiber from Sadie Spincraft way back around the time that we were doing collaborations and such, and it was really fun. I think I've already blended and spun one of these bats. I'm not entirely sure, but I had a plan for this, and it was going to be just the purple Shetland and the soft silk. But revisiting the project several years later, and I decided to throw in some bamboo and make it just a little bit more interesting. So, before we get too terribly far into this, if you are a new viewer, welcome to my channel. And if you are a returning viewer, welcome back. If you haven't already, please do hit that subscribe button and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you don't miss new videos as they come out. And as always, leave your comments, questions, and suggestions in the comment section below. I do so love to read and respond to your comments. You guys totally make my day, and I appreciate you more than you know. In the background, you will see a little box on the floor with a project bag hanging out of it, and it might look a little bit intriguing. That is my shuttle tatting box where I keep all of my tatting thread and shuttles and partially made projects and stuff. I have been working on some fall earring designs, and I will keep you informed on that. But there will be a separate video on how I make the earrings at a later time. I'm currently working on filming that right now, but Tour de Fleece is coming up, and that is indeed what this bat is for. Now, I have just finished carding Tour de Fleece bats for Calypso Fairies, and they were all ordered bats specific for the team members, customized per person, and I had fun with that. But this is something that I want to spin myself during the tour. Is one of my planned spins, one of 12 actually. And I decided to take some time out to card something for me in the middle of the carding marathon. So I really enjoyed carding this up. I just opened up little bits of the Shetland combed top. First, I put a layer on the drum carder, a base layer, and then sandwiched soft silk and bamboo between layers of Shetland top. And this makes it very, very easy to card, and I don't have to fight the soft silk or the bamboo to get it to go where I want it to go. And with all the Tour de Fleece Calypso Fairies bats, I did a lot of sandwiching because it just made life a lot easier. And I got to where I really enjoyed doing that, so I am continuing that right now. It's kind of the phase I'm in with carding. Normally I would paint my add-ins on. Oof, words. Can my brain word today? Can I English today? I don't know. Anyway, so this particular batch has way too much fiber in it, and I really struggled to get it on the carder, and so I create sacrilege. I commit a crime, not create, commit. I hold the fiber back. First, I tried to draft it back, and that helps a little bit. But then I just decide to hold it back, hold all that fiber, and force the machine to take it just a little bit at a time, which is probably better for the machine, but not ideal. Like the liquor in took a lot of the fiber because I was holding it back, and that is one of the things that will happen. So I had to brush the fiber off the liquor in, back onto the big drum, the Swift, and everything was fine. But I do not recommend putting more through the carder than your carder can handle. if your carder struggles, you're putting too much in or there's something else wrong. So I decided to go with thinner bits of fiber and not have the same mistake, and that was much, much better. So I just carded all of these layers up and did the same thing over and over again. I made 2 bats, and then I will card them a few more times before dizzing off the drum carder into roving. So I'm going to turn some music on, and I will be back for more voiceover when we get to the next interesting part.
Okay, now that we are done putting the fibers all together for the first time, we are now ready to divide and conquer. We want to combine bats 1 and 2 so that they are both more evenly blended. So I'm taking half of bat 1 and half of bat 2 and carding them together to create a brand new bat. And then we will do that again with the other 2 halves to create 2 identical bats, except for one thing. They are different in one regard only, and that is I forgot on the first one that I recarded. I carded it again 2 more times because I was going to card a total of 3, and I just took it off the drum carder like I normally would, and whoops, so I had to card it again so I could Dizz it off. So one bat got carded 4 times and one bat got carded 3, and it's all good. It's all fine. Um so Again, the most important thing to remember during this step of the process is not to put too much fiber through the drum carder on each pass. And to remember that the more you card wool, the more floofy it gets, the more space it wants to take up on the drum carder. So when I'm carding fleece, I only fill up my carder about halfway before I recard. Um, Maybe 2/3, 3/4 of the way, depending on the wool and what kind of mood I'm in. I don't enjoy the initial carding very much because it's slow and meticulous, but future carding sessions where, future further, bleh, okay, I am trying to say something. Can my brain and my mouth please get on the same bandwagon here? When you're carding second, and other passes, consecutive passes, it goes much easier and much faster. And that's the part I like. Good Lord, my brain and my mouth. Okay, we're gonna keep carding, and we're gonna turn on a bit of music and let you enjoy this section once we get to the time lapse portion. Um, but before we do that, I hope you will join the Tour de Fleece team if you haven't already. And if you don't want to join, that's perfectly fine. There's plenty of really good teams out there. If you want to know more about what Tour de Fleece is, stay tuned for those daily vlogs that are coming soon, daily-ish, or, you know, watch the carding videos. They get little bits and pieces of info for you on what the tour is and how to participate. But I will have link to all the things down in the show notes below, and we would love to have you. You can order a custom t-shirt for the team at any time during the tour, and you can still order a custom bat through the very last day of June if you miss out. Message me if you still want a bat, and I will consider making you one. All right, guys, that's all for now. I will be back shortly for the dizzing. Once you are happy with how thoroughly blended and smoothly carded your bat is, then you can diz it off the drum carder. And I am using my handy dandy little Spice Cap Dizz that has quite large holes. I find the bigger the hole, the easier it is, but also the fatter my roving. But it works really, really well. It was completely free because I used up my spice bottle and then thought, man, this lid would be perfect. I actually have two or three of these because I buy the same type of spices all the time. Anywho, it's there are many different ways to diz roving off your drum carder. There is no right or wrong way. You want to pull the fiber off the same direction you would pull the bat off. That's all. And you could start at the right end or the left end of your break spot on the drum carder, that little metal piece that goes across the drum carder. Um, or, you can start in the middle if you want to make two pieces of bat. I don't know why you'd want to go in the middle, but anyway, because then you'd have to do it twice. But, it's up to you. If you're the one doing it, you get to determine how you do it, and who am I to judge you for being creative? I am a firm supporter of being creative. Um, so yeah, you do what works for you. You pull and draft, or you scoot your Dizz down the carder teeth as you pull the fiber. Like there's so many different ways to do this, and none of them are better or worse than the others. It's all about what works for you, your drum carder, your particular Dizz, and your fiber. So play around with dizzing, and don't be ashamed if your roving turns out thin and thick and lumpy and weird and all over the place, or if you end up dizzing off a bunch of strips because it keeps breaking. It takes practice, and I have had a decent amount of practice, but I'm still not very good at this. So, you know, be patient with yourself, be kind to yourself. It doesn't have to be perfect. Mine certainly isn't. Um, yeah. So, this is slower than taking a bat off, obviously. I usually don't have the patience for this. have the patience for all sorts of other things, but not for carding quickly or for dissing. So once the fiber is completely off the drum carder, right now it's a pile at my feet, so I'm just going to wrap it around my hand. You can braid it. You can use a giant crochet hook to chain it up. I mean, you can do anything with it, but I am just going to roll it into a big ball and then I can spin from that. But before I do, it's time to make the second one. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed filming and editing it, and I will see you in the next one. Happy Tour de Fleece!